Hello, it's Travis Edwards with another mental check. Take a shot of your positive vibes. Let's go! Guys, welcome to another mental check. Today, we're going to talk about the 4 steps when you're learning information. There's a lot of information that I've shared, but it's not about just, it's not about just hearing the information. It's about mastering the information. It's about in any industry, whether it's finance, it's personal training, it's personal development, whatever you think of, or if you work in the corporate environment and learning how that environment, it's about mastering of the information. It's about a certain skill or understanding the information that allows you to develop that skill, right? And so today we're going to really understand, our focus is really on mastering the information I've taught you so that you can have automatic success in your life. I think that it's very, very important to you guys to understand. I think I've drilled it by now, is that when your attitude is right, the facts don't count. I'll say that again. When your attitude is right, the facts don't count, because usually facts or what people think are usually just their opinions. So your attitude has to be, your attitude is the number one thing. Your thinking is the number one thing. But most importantly, it's the understanding of information and the mastering of information that's very, very key. It's like if you guys have ever watched a movie before and then you watch it again and you realize, oh, I actually didn't see that scene, or I don't remember that scene. It's because your mind, wanders when you're learning information. It's even like when you read a book. If someone says, oh, I read Think and Grow Rich before, and then you go and read the book again, you discover something new in that book that you never read before. See, it's not in the unconscious level yet, right? So today we're going to really talk about how do you master information. There are 4 steps to mastering new information and to making honestly to be successful. All the information I've given you guys so far, you guys have to master the information so that automatically success will run to you. Automatic run to you put it this way, with very little effort, no matter what you do, it just turns into a success, and you don't even think about it anymore. Put it this way. So we're going to get started. The first stage in learning is called what you call unconscious incompetence. Unconscious incompetence. What it is when you don't know that you don't know. I'll leave it at that. I'll explain this a little bit further. Unconscious incompetence is when you don't know that you don't know. Then you have something called conscious incompetence. That's when you know that you don't know. Okay? That's conscious incompetence, when you know that you don't know. Then we have something called conscious competence. It's when you know that you know. That's basically it. Conscious competence is when you know that you know. And then the last one is called unconscious competence. And this is the one you want to pay attention to. It's called autopilot. It's when you know and it happens automatically. So all the information I have taught you so far, a lot of it, if you guys apply half of the information, just a quarter of the information I've taught you, you'll notice that your life will change very, very fast, right? But it has to be at the unconscious competent level. What does that mean? It's automatic pilot. It's like you don't have to think when you're driving home, or if you're arriving home or you're taking a bus home, you don't actually have to know how to do that. You've already done that so many times that it's automatic, right? It's like, what's your name? Travis, Tiffany, Kanzi, Treva, Karen. You guys say your name. You guys don't even have to think about it. It rolls off your tongue in seconds. But here's the thing. When you're learning new information for the first time, it's not at a mastery level. Your mind goes on trips when you're learning new information, so you can't really obtain all of it, right? So what you have to do is to do it like when you were tying your shoelace as a kid, right? When you're learning to tie your shoelace, if I said to you, Treva, tie your shoelace. Obviously right now you know how to do it. But think about the first time when you had to learn how to tie your shoelace. Someone just says, if my dad said, tie your shoelace. Well, you'll sit there and be like, as a kid, you're like, I don't know. You actually don't know. Then you discover someone teaches you to tie your shoelace. They actually teach you to tie your shoelace, right? Like they actually show you, just they physically show you with the, to tie your shoelace, and then you have what you call conscious competence. So the first one was unconscious incompetence. You actually know that you don't know to actually do it. Then you have conscious competence, is someone actually showed you like they showed you on their shoe, this is how you tie your shoelace. Then you recognize you actually don't know. You actually discovered conscious competence is when you know that you don't know. You saw them tie the shoelace, but you still don't know how to do it, right? Then that person actually works with you and teaches you how to tie your shoelace on your shoes and shows you how to actually tie it off and straighten it out. When that happens, now you come to a conscious competence level where you know that you know. You just have to think about it a little bit more. You keep practicing, you think through the steps as you learn conscious competence, and then it automatically, and after a while, it actually just becomes a part of you, and you know how to tie your shoelace, where it's like you don't think anymore. If you think about, guys, if you had to tie your shoelace recently, think about it. Did you actually even think about that process? Did you actually even think about driving home? You don't even think about it. Ask yourself, how do you even get home sometimes? It's so on automatic pilot. But here's the thing. When it comes to learning this information I've been teaching you, it has to become on automatic pilot as well. It has to be a part of you. All the information I've taught you in terms of your thinking process, all the things like teachability index. If I asked you guys, do you know what teachability index is? That was my lesson number 2 on this. Who actually remembers what that is? Does anybody remember what that is? No, right? And again, for me, it's automatic. It's in my head, right? I got to teach you guys that. The teachability index is, you have a certain willingness to learn. What's your willingness to accept? What's your willingness to learn? And what's your willingness to accept change? You guys remember that now? What's your willingness to learn? What's your willingness to accept change? Remember that? No, I know. It's coming back now. Oh yeah. I know. That's how it works. But it has to be a part of you guys. This stuff is it's in me now. It's actually in me, to the point where you ask me teachability index, you ask me about the law of vibration or attraction that's in your head. So your goal, guys, is to actually get to unconscious level when it comes to this information. And this is it for any area of your life as well. If you're trying to master something, me as a trainer, for me to build programs, it's easy. I have an unconscious competent when it comes to that. It's easy for me, and I don't have to think about it. And it also falls into other areas of my life. I'll give you guys an example. I just joined a business. And inside of 7 days, I had 10 customers. Like this, fitness business, boom, like that. This is what happens when you learn information. But the thing is, you guys have to understand one thing, most importantly, and I'm going to be talking about this tomorrow. There is what you call the training balance scale. And the training balance scale on it has one part, which is thinking, and then you have the how-to, right? A lot of us are thinking through, how is this going to happen in my life? How am I going to reach my goals? How am I going to learn those skills? How? What are the techniques? What are the methods to help me get there? But it's never about that. It's always about your thinking. So I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow. So the most important thing is always your thinking. And what I just taught you guys here is dealing with your thinking. Thinking through the information, make it be a part of you. It's a knowingness. That is, when I say knowingness, remember when I talked to you guys about cause? It's a knowingness. You have to make it a part of you. So automatically, it's like when you're going after certain things, it will just start to come to you with no effort. I've seen it happen. Like honestly, like in the last week, I actually questioned like how did it happen so quickly? But it's because I'm starting to master the information. And again, always remember teachable, high teachability index. What's your willingness to learn? What's your willingness to accept change? Remember that when you're learning new information, this is new information right now. Remember that. So today, that's the most important thing. The 4 steps of learning. Again, unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence. All right. Peace. I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. Later.